complex multi-signal intersections. First we have a crosswalk here, which most people don't even bother stopping for when pedestrians are there. And then one of the more confusing traffic signals in Baltimore City. I believe this is this sign up here is actually on a t-shirt. This is your signal. Yeah. Like right here, the temptation is to go right now. Meanwhile, that's a green for this this street on the front here. You have to wait a little bit, almost until the green arrow has expired. Now we are green, and there's a frustratingly small amount of time for that green arrow when there's bigger traffic pre-pandemic. And we're headed eastbound on 39th Street. Our audio accompaniment, whenever it decides to come along, is Baltimore City Fire Department, VHF 154.415. Guess no news is good news there. It provides a conventional non-digital coverage throughout the area. So we are approaching Charles Street, and we will be East 39th Street.
2865 is Conceptual South, between City Avenue and Baltimore Road, for residential medical signal, into 29 small box area 29-20. 2865 is Conceptual South, between City Avenue and Baltimore Road, for residential medical signal, time is 1715.
1715. This is January 21st, 2021. We have a road diet here from this part of 39th Street. It was 2 lanes in each direction, and you can see the paint has been taken up here. So we approach the light for St. Paul Street. They've reconfigured this to allow for bike lanes, but there were also parts where it was confusing as to whether or not it was actually 2 lanes. The paint was so faded. Okay, crossing St. Paul, headed towards your. At that point, it's by a few blocks as Greenmount Avenue, not York Road. It's a Greenway, and this is the only road that goes across, actually connecting to Greenmount Avenue, in between Cold Spring Lane in the north and roughly 25th Street in the east, and 33rd Street in the south, and 25th before that. It's Juniper Avenue, and we're about to cross Greenmount. Maryland 45, former US 111. They've been working on the water main in the center of that street for at least 2 years. When we left in early 2019, they were already working on that, and I don't know how much of that delay is pandemic related. It seems to still be a work in progress. Old York Road, which is one-way northbound in the stage. It's a small thing here. Okay, continuing east. 39th Street changes now names to Argonne Drive. And signs indicate the 53 bus line. The right is St. Elizabeth's School. It's kind of on its own. It's not associated with a church nearby, like many Catholic campuses are. Continuing east, and we'll be hitting the Alameda. Former name was Beauregard Avenue. Not sure the exact time when that switched, but there are some early topographic maps that still show it. We're approaching the signal here, and another reconfiguration. This one's for the better. This shoulder was actually parking was legal there, and it choked up the traffic that was supposed to go through. Should have more than, this was confusing with the left turning traffic. Entering the neighborhood of original Northwood. So we have several brick crosswalks and islands for traffic calming.
2621 Cecil Avenue for hemorrhage.
Okay, that's not too far.
Ambulance 33, Box area T5-20. 2621 Cecil Avenue. Non-traumatic hemorrhage. Patient also vomiting. 1719.
Cecil Avenue is not too far from here. It's a part of Harford Road near Kirk Avenue. Okay, crossing Lock Raven Boulevard, Maryland 542. To the left is the Northwood Shopping Center, which is one of those. It's one of those pieces of land that's always been kind of in limbo. Really, like the proper things to do to it. The shopping center has been, appears to have been torn down here. The only thing in there is the BP gas station and a long-standing McDonald's. I don't know if that's part of the expansion of Morgan State, but that's probably what's going on there. Okay, approaching this point here, Hill and Road. And we're approaching the campus of Morgan State University. Okay, we're across Hill Road. And continuing east on Argonne Drive. Sign indicates the 28 bus line, skirting the southern edge of the campus of Morgan State University. To the left is the tower of the campus FM radio station, 88.9 WEAA, full power station, non-commercial. We have a traffic signal for a crosswalk. On the left here is the Northeastern Precinct 4, Baltimore City Police. On the right is a building. Now used by Morgan. In the old Tiger database was Sydenham Hospital. I'm sure I murdered that pronunciation, but it was formerly at one point a hospital, and it kind of looks like it. It's now used for administrative buildings and such. Once again, here we have this narrowed down to 2 lanes with bike lanes. This bridge here over Herring Run, this was completed in 1958 originally, big rebuild in 2011. And that's what I remember from it. This guy has to get somewhere, has to get next in line. Okay, and now we're approaching Harford Road, which is the ongoing bridge construction. It should be completed later this year, early next. So that's closed. It's the Harford Road Bridge over the Herring Run. Being in Baltimore City, that's Baltimore City DOT handling that project. And the one place we can turn here is Walter Boulevard. It has also been narrowed, 2 lanes to 1 with a bike lane in most spots. There's not really any traffic here now, since there's no through traffic coming in from the south. Coming in the uphill here into the neighborhood of Beverly Hills.
respond box area 56-80. 2424 Bridgehampton Drive, apartment Foxtrot. Carbon monoxide alarm activation with one person sick. Engine 56, Medic 4, box area 56-80. 2424 Bridgehampton Drive, apartment Foxtrot. Carbon monoxide alarm, one sick, 1723.
There's Beverly Hills and Beverly Road, and the major arterial here, Moravia Road. It heads down to 895 and 95, the eastern edge of the city. At that signal, left turn onto this road is well nigh impossible, which is why we take this, why I choose to take this road here, and kind of take the shortcut I am taking.
Truck 10 respond box area 8-20 in service. 1115 Briggs Avenue. Police on the scene, forced entry.
Okay.
Truck 10 non-emergency box area 8-20. 1115 Briggs Avenue. Forced entry, 1724.
We got the community of Waltherson. We're headed towards Overly. We're headed to some construction here. Looks like we're going to have some reconfiguration of these lanes again. And we have a part. I'm going to have a closure here. Okay, approaching Echodale Avenue at the light. These blade signs are still in the old, well, still in the old hand-painted font. It's just becoming more and more rare. How you can tell is the shape of the letter R. Everything else is now the computer generated. This is Frankfurt Avenue. And we're going into a left lane closure. Looks like we're going to have some drainage and trench work here as we approach Hamilton Avenue. The general name of the northeastern section of the city. Pretty much, if you can't figure out what it is, it's Hamilton. And then, okay. And then this is more like the original appearance of the road. This 4-lane configuration, and some of the work that's already been done here. Okay, and approaching White Avenue, classified as tertiary and open street map, so that would qualify as long as it doesn't have any speed bumps or discouragement for through traffic. Not important enough to be anything else. Okay, we have speed cameras here. We have a speed limit 30 for the schools.
Ambulance 28, respond box area 2820-11. On the parking lot to the rear of 3415 Winds Falls Parkway. Non-dramatic back pain. Ambulance 28, box area 20-11. On the parking lot to the rear of 3415 Winds Falls Parkway. Non-traumatic back pain, 1727.
Try to get separation of the traffic of these two lanes in the curve. We have a guy just ran the red light at Glenmore.
1521 West Bayette Street, apartment Charlie. Sick. PUI. Ambulance 23, box area 14-30. 1521 West Bayette Street, apartment Charlie. Sick. PUI. 1720.
Okay. Now we're approaching Northern Parkway, and it's split into two one-way sections. The eastbound of which is Fleetwood Avenue, going through the Baltimore City portion of Overly, which is split down the middle, but is mostly Baltimore County. you have odd situations with the addresses. The county portion is addressed east-west based on Bel Air Road as the numbering axis. And the city portion is like 38, 39, 4,000 east. And then it goes to whatever west and then back east, like in single digits. So you have some interesting numbering going on there. And also the city side is going to be more have street lights, and the county portion will not. So we're headed down Fleetwood now, downhill to Bel Air Road, and we headed for the city line and the relative freedom of the county. We'll be going a little bit faster when we get there. Okay, by my estimates, the city line runs roughly where that car does, and it's roughly where the sign for this pizza place is out in front. It runs through that pole by my best estimate. Okay, now we are in Overly. And we see East Northern Parkway. There are no houses in the county portion of that, but Overly Avenue, the next traffic light, we do have a few on the west side of this numbering, and then it goes to, from increasing westward to, I think, it goes from like 100 100 west to like 4100 and decreasing. You're St. Michael's Catholic Church.
My gosh, so fish. Engine 52, medic 17, box area 52-70. Air Fridays, Hot Dog and Mall. My gosh, so deep, police notified. 1730.
Approaching Taylor Avenue. Yes, there's always going to be somebody turning. There's always going to be somebody trying to turn left here. Well, despite it being designated no left turn, and there will always be somebody there. Because sometimes Baltimore drivers can't read. Drivers can't read, period. Okay, Fullerton Avenue. Sitting at the top of the hill now. And then we're headed down towards the Baltimore Beltway. Trying out these videos just to see how the quality works with the varying degrees of twilight in the night, and seeing how the photo quality and the audio quality of different conditions of myself talking and of the radio. And before I get done, I'll try other things as well, the stereo and different different noise conditions. Just seeing how that comes out. We have a New Royal Farms here on the left, and prices are beginning to creep up, so I would suspect we're getting into some warmer weather. And so it's going over 250. It's just going up slightly. I suspect that more people are traveling despite whatever winters are out there. Okay, and we've reached the Beltway. Now we can stick with this for a while. We're going to go ahead and, I think I'll go ahead and continue until I get to the, I'll continue here until I get to I-95. And then we can go here. Should be okay. And there's the merge.